This is Technology in Sport by Daniel. On to the starter. Clothes and footwear. In many different sports, technology has changed in ways to help the pro players. Over the years, football boots has changed from being made from leather, which made the boots heavier, to being made from a material such as carbon fibre. This now states that we use a new technology called Flywire, which is lightweight, strong material and helps lock the foot in place. Better made boots may aid a player's performance when they are playing a match. During the winter season and part of the sport seasons where the weather may be rainy or cold, we have seen more and more players wearing thermal clothing. This is due to thermal clothing adding an extra layer to keep the players warm. It may also provide comfort to the players while training or playing, which may allow them to focus more on the game due to being warm and not cold and shivering. Positives and negatives for footwear. Positives. Pro footballers may be given their boots for free, as it will help the brand, especially if a player is well known, due to the fact they will be showcasing it off during a match or at a high tournament. Also, pro footballers may have the boots made for it to fit their foot perfectly. For example, Tonali. This will aid footballers as they may be using multiple surfaces, and in which they will need various types of boots to play on the different surfaces. This YouTube link goes to Tonali's boot being made. Negatives. In football, the market value of football boots has increased, as a new pair of football boots could cost upwards of £200, whereas cheaper boots are more likely to tear or break, which may lead to having to get a new pair. There can be many different types of football boots for different terrains, such as artificial grass, real grass and AstroTurf, which means that you'll need a different type of boot for each one. Positives and negatives for clothing. Positives. During the winter part of the season, the thermal clothing will keep players warm. The clothing may protect the player from any rough surface such as AstroTurf, stopping any potential astro burns. The fit of the thermal clothing may increase the comfort while exercising. This may allow them to focus more on their performance instead of being cold and thinking more about being cold. Negatives. The players may overheat during the game, which may affect their performance, but they can also take the thermal clothing off during the game if this happens. It may give opponents a chance to grab a piece of their clothing and fouling the player who could be in a decent position due to there being an extra piece of clothing that they're able to grab on. And sometimes these pieces of clothing can lead to discomfort for the players. Moving on to video analysis. In sport, video analysis is used to give feedback throughout a player's game, even if it's positive and or negative. In grassroots, a phone may be used to record a player's game and give them feedback. However, academies may have a piece of technology called VO. This will give the person who analyses the players a bird's eye view of the pitch, being able to see both teams. This may help different teams as it will give them a view of their style of play and how the team plays and what formation they may play in. Positives of video analysis. Video analysis can aid in helping a player improve, such as being able to show their weaknesses so they know where they can improve. This can be used in many different sports, such as rugby, MMA, and basketball. Negatives. The equipment may be expensive, such as VO, as it may be £400 or plus. Also, the weather can make the video quality poor, as the VO is on a long pole, which gives a bird's eye view, which could be pushed over by wind, or rain could end up covering the lens, making it difficult seeing the video. Also, video analysis is very time consuming due to the clips being possibly longer than some the matches. Moving on to part 2. Wearable technology. In the modern game, wearable technology is used throughout a sport. Technology such as GPS, heartbeat monitors, and speed trackers can all help an athlete's career and performance. GPS is used a lot these days in sports, used in football, basketball, and American football. It is able to track a player's vitals and the distance they run throughout a game or training. This helps the coach find out how fit the players are. However, in sport such as American football, the quarterback usually runs less than someone such as a running back, which may make the quarterback look less fit than the running back due to having a position that moves less. However, coaches obviously know this. Using wearable technology helps make the coaches' lives easier by tracking performances, preventing injury, and monitoring recovery. All of these advantages can help and aid an athlete's success, well-being, and performance. Moving on to recording equipment. Being able to record someone in sports as an athlete or player is key, as you will be able to spot weaknesses and improve on them. Also, watching recordings of your opponents may give you a tactical advantage, which may help you win the match, as the other participants or teams may not be watching recordings of you, which will give them a disadvantage. Being able to view your opponents is important in all sports, because you'll be able to find out their strengths and weaknesses. In the UFC, being able to see what combos the opponents may prefer and when they are going in for a takedown or not is important. Finding out what the team's favourite formation is and what style of football they prefer is also important before a game. Finding out what, also being able to review your own footage as a team, possibly finding weak points in the side and learning how to improve would help the team. There are many different ways to record, such as using a phone, camera, a normal camera, or even video camera. Moving on to software and apps. Software such as the F1 tester will give drivers a bigger advantage compared to a driver who may not use this. This is because you're able to control the parameters around the simulation, such as driving when it's raining or how much downforce you may use. Also, while doing this, if you crash, it will not cost the team any money, and then you'll be able to practice where you crashed and improve. However, a disadvantage of this is how expensive these software/simulations are. Apps such as Strava and TrackMan Golf are able to collect data and tell you what you are doing good at and where you need to improve. These apps could also give useful tips to improve on techniques, such as the TrackMan Golf. And the positive about these apps are usually they are free to use and free to download. Onto the use of performance analysis. The use of performance analysis is used in different sports by different teams to improve their tactics and players' movement and their techniques. This can be done by using video footage, video analysis, or using GPS vests to track a player's movement. Teams use the analysis to go over hours of footage to see where they can improve their tactics and where they can improve the tactics of the players. Using performance analysis can help athletes out by improving them and protecting them. It can protect them by learning and perfecting the correct techniques, such as running or punching or kicking in different sports. With using the performance analysis, setting up a development plan can be useful, as throughout the week, months or years you will be able to see any type of improvement throughout the development plan. For example, given different positions to shoot or when to make the pass for a teammate. Moving on to the use of physiological testing. The use of physiological testing to help athletes to understand more about their body, how it acts and how it functions. An example of this is the VO2 max testing, shown on the picture on the right. This finds the participants' maximum rate of oxygen they use during physical activity. They may be placed on a treadmill or it could be placed on a bike, and then a metabolic mask is placed, which gradually increases in intensity until exhaustion. This is seen a lot in football nowadays due to players having to be more athletic and run around the pitch more. Now, fairness of use of technology. Fairness of the use of technology in sport is difficult to keep track of. This is due to there being so many different types of technology that can be used for multiple different objectives in sport. The reason it is so hard to keep fairness of technology is due to prices. There can be some technology that is out of the price range of many clubs and gyms, such as football. Lower leagues compared to the Premier League can't have technology such as VAR in the league, which helps the referees with making decisions. Also, there may be some clubs that have different technology to help their players either to recover or get better. This can be things such as cryo chambers or cryotherapy, which aids in a player's recovery, which a team in the lower leagues may not have due to cryotherapy being so expensive. Moving on to equality across performers. Equality in sports refers to the fair treatment and inclusivity regardless of their age, gender, race or ability of the participant. This can be shown by staff picking on players, the use of constructive criticism instead of yelling or shouting at the team, tell them what they're doing wrong and walk them through it. This could improve the team cohesion as they are being taught how to improve their wrong. You could also use other players as an example to show them how to do it right, or they could use footage from the previous match to correct them. Moving on to ethical barriers to using technology. There are more than several ethical barriers to using technology in sport, things such as cost, location, fairness, and integrity. Cameras and technology all cost money, which in the lower leagues, clubs may struggle to afford a good enough camera or piece of technology compared to higher teams and higher leagues. There are multiple integrity questions relating to technology. As an example for this, the FA Cup, as some teams will be able to have the use of VAR, whereas the lower league teams may not have the choice to use VAR unless they are facing a Premier League side, due to them not being able to afford VAR. This can affect the games, as a team like Salford may score a goal which is onside in the FA Cup and then is ruled out, whereas a team like Chelsea may score which at first may be ruled out, but then VAR may give the goal due to it being the incorrect decision. And these are the websites that I used to help me, and the YouTube video for Tonali's boot getting made. Thank you.